Hello, everybody. Give everyone a second to jump on here. It has not been a nice day weather-wise in Colorado Springs, that's for sure. Started raining last night, and it still has not stopped. So that's fun. Hello, everybody. There's everybody. Same old story, text messages. So, we are talking about whatever you guys want to talk about today. Do my best to answer your questions, as usual. What's up, T. Cole? Starting us off the right way. Is this the shirt I was wearing when you took that photo? When you got that snapshot? Is it? It might be. It might be. Suspect Sky is here. Everyone say hello to Adrian. That's fun. Adrian and I were looking at a UFO today captured on the SpaceX launch booster cam. It was interesting. Hey, Crazy Scott, thank you. How many languages are being spoken at the ranch? One. One. Funny question, though. A lot of chats coming in. Somebody keeps asking, where's the beard? Because I posted on Twitter yesterday asking if I should grow a beard. And this genius thinks, like, oh, I'm going to pop on a live stream 24 hours later and have some kind of beard. Genius. I didn't decide whether to do it or not. What's up, Fire Dog? What's up, William Hooper? How you guys doing? What do you guys think? Should I grow a beard? Todd McCall asked if we're going to get a 1-2 punch from the M-class flares tonight. I don't think so. I think it'll probably be one impact. It's on the Twitter thing. It was about 10 yeses to everyone no in terms of me growing a beard. And like, I don't get that. Like, really? I should grow a beard? Our son does not have a brown dwarf nemesis, Ben Morgan. Sorry. That's a big no. But honestly, no. I'm too pretty for a beard. Come on. I did see that mountain tornado HG Rind. Rocky sent it to me this morning. It'll be in the morning news tomorrow. Probably. Hey, Ben, your smile is brightening and your shirt is blue. Watch out for the skinwalker alien with a probe behind you. Of course, it's Dano. Hi, Dano. Skinny white boy chicken leg says, who gives a shit if you grow a beard? Who gives a shit if you are permanently blocked from this channel? Bye-bye. Toodaloo. Don't ruin your handsome face with a beard. Thank you, Glenda. Appreciate that. Is there evidence of the shift in alternate locations? Peru and India. There's evidence of the shift all around the world. It's the best I got for you, Helen. There's evidence all over the world. Jonah, how's it going? Oh, Chris Gunnels, before Stormy sniped your punk ass, I did see what you wrote. And, well, let's just say you're gone. But who you calling little? Beta cuck monkey. Let's bring out the salt shakers tonight. Beard is okay, however, no dye, please. I promise if I grow a beard, I will not dye it color. Why SO Colorado when it's too cold to survive the winters? I strongly disagree. I strongly disagree, especially if you have a place to go underground. Skeptical observer, every like 4 to 8 minutes. Lorna Jean just wrote 12.00. I agree. I know that. Has anyone done the sedimentary cores in those locations? Not really. No. I mean, there have been some, but they're not looking for anything even remotely close to that. Ben, what's your take on the Eye of the Sahara being Atlantis? I've been intrigued by Jimmy's videos. I have also been intrigued by Jimmy's videos. I happen to think that Atlantis was a vast empire that went from probably Africa down to Antarctica, although it wasn't down back then. That may have been the capital city or one of the major city centers of Atlantis. I think Jimmy's onto a lot there, especially how he brought in like Plato and Egypt, and it's just so many signs that that was part of Atlantis. It's at the point where it's kind of hard to ignore all of that evidence. And by the way, I really like Jimmy. He's a cool dude. After the micronova, all your razors will be molten, so unless you have obsidian blades lying around, everyone will have a beard, so get a head start. Who says I won't have obsidian blades lying around? Fire Dog. And speaking of that, how everyone will have beards afterwards, then what's the point of doing it now? Joe says, how come there are so much emphasis on the urgency and immediate danger, but nothing happens? Are you getting that much emphasis on urgency of immediate danger from this channel? No. I say 2030s to 2040s. I've been saying it for years. How imminent and urgent does that sound to you? Try not to be too salty. Trying. The majority of you guys are wonderful. Some of y'all are stupid. I'm just going to say it. Some of y'all are dumb. Double Duty says, I'm here for the new intel. Hold the salt. What new intel? This is a Q&A. I'm not talking about any new science or observations or papers. I'm answering your questions. Ones that don't make me salty anyway. Lady T survival. This is called passing the sodium test. Mr. Unlucky says, come on, man, tell us. We know you know. Know what? Other than what I've told you in like free daily videos and thousands of other secondary videos. Tell you what exactly? Dumb. Yeah, based on how it's gone in the first 11 minutes and 45 seconds, I would say you come on the chat with an attitude, there's a chance I'm giving you extra holes. Based on historical docs, how long does the Earth stay flipped 90 degrees and how long till the rotation normalizes for crop planting? Well, the rotation's not going to stop. The flip takes a day, and it stays like that for 12,000 years. That's why Ewok jerky, there's 12,000 year layers, polar, Arctic fossils. Ha! Deep Fresh 750 says he has a fifth element ad below the video. That's funny. That's funny. Some of these things just like people ask like sentence fragment questions that like clearly need more information in order to be able to answer, and they don't give that more information. Any chance I'll be swinging through Oklahoma? No. Oh, that's a good point. There have been no teal pairs today so far. TXGHO, Tonga 7.8 magnitude. Yeah, did you see the morning show? Man, I sure hope the Great Lakes doesn't get too bad. I have no clue where to go. Somewhere else. Somewhere else. No problem, Ewok. I got you. That's why we're here. Thank you for actually participating in the way that this is meant to be going. So far, not many of you guys have actually been doing. Yeah. I know that we need to have already left Florida. Yeah. But things are as they are. We are still here. When is the latest us Floridians have to leave? I'm sorry, I'm not Jesus. I don't know. I would have left already, but no, I'm not Jesus. Oh, what did Trolley Hatch say? Let's see. Oh, none of us watch your stupid morning show. Sheldon, what are you even doing here? Everybody say Sheldon's a bitch in the chat. Rose SR, try a super chat. We already have close to 1,000 chat messages in 15 minutes. I am not going to read them all. I will try to get to every single super chat. Lamb clothing products with 50% silver woven in against sun's rays protection. It's not the sun's rays we need to be protected from. It's the induced current. Silver's conductive. That's going to draw it to you. Helen, thank you for the teal pair. Terry, thank you for the teal pair. Dano, thoughts on heavy metals and forced sticky things, aerosol metals in the sky, 5G, and magnetic shifts being utilized for a worldwide power grab. A lot of things are being utilized for a worldwide power grab. They are poisoning our food. They're poisoning various products. 5G and chemtrails are not fantastic, but what you have to realize is nobody can hide from them. They're hitting themselves. They're hitting their own children, and they know it. It's a trade-off in their mind. Ian says, what are your thoughts on Alamosa as a good location? P.S. Sheldon, you are a... Yeah. Alamosa is not bad. Not bad. You be as salty as you want. It's your stream. Thank you, Lady T Survival. Appreciate that. I think I will be. Gregory Baker, thank you for the teal pair. Does the bulge around the Earth's equator due to the centrifugal force mitigate the weight of the ice sheets and the force required for mantle unlocking? No. During the mantle heaving, it'll simply reorganize into the new equator. Jules, thank you for the teal pair. Where'd Sheldon go? I thought he was going to be a source of fun. Mr. Floyd says, why are thunderstorms turning into massive plasma discharges? The storm up here near Lyons, Colorado was a plasma bomb. Ooh, did you get any photos, buddy? People are mentioning 10G network. Yo, look, about 50% of the things Alex Jones says are pretty on point. The other half are complete nonsense. 10G, come on. How do you plan on using the Big Burb after everything is calmed down? The Big Burb is not mine. It's Rocky's. Why don't you ask him? I, as well as many of us, watch your morning show every morning. Thank you for that question. How far back do you think our written record has recorded previous catastrophism cycles? India records the last 4 or 5 of them at least. Suspect Sky writes, nuclear war closest ever dash cover up of catastrophe. Adrian, what am I supposed to do with that? Are we really that close to nuclear war, though, or is it a show? A circus for the peons? I just don't know. So there's this poor son of a bitch, Rose SR in the chat, who just keeps saying, please read my comments. Please read my comments. Like she thinks I'm going to scroll up to what is now like 3,000 comments and find her name somewhere up there to comment she posted 15 minutes ago. Rose, if what you're talking about is going to be a dream, like thousands of us dream of the disaster. And guess what? They're all different. Why would your dreams be special? To the point where you think you're going to come here and like tell me over and over again, read my comment, read my comment. I refuse to super chat. Read my comment, read my comment, read my comment. Jeez. Is Roy, New Mexico safe? Looking there. I don't know where Roy, New Mexico is. Hey, buddy, slowly moving through the heartbreak to sobriety. Any suggestions? Just do it. Add in working out in there, and then look at yourself in the mirror every couple of days. Is a big planet coming? No, Juliet. There is no Planet X. There is no Nibiru. Chess says, damn, this dude is mean. Yeah, to morons and people who don't do their homework. Notice how I am reacting to individuals who are actually asking coherent questions indicative of the fact that they have done their homework versus how I'm reacting to idiots. This house ain't for rookies. I give you everything on a daily basis, often twice a day, for free, with links so that you can go inform yourself. So you don't have to trust my interpretation. You can go, you can do your own interpretation. I give you all the tools to empower yourself. I have made tons of playlists, tons of explanatory videos. Somebody who's not going to respect that and is going to come act like a douchebag like Dag here. Fucking clown. Yeah, you're going to get sniped right here in front of everybody. And for those who don't know, who haven't heard it before, who are more relatively new, there is another reason, in addition to logic, common sense, and basic principles of respect, that I act this way on a live stream. I want to get under some people's skin because it's very clear to see who tries to avoid anything unpleasant in life such that when they get a little bit of it, they lose their minds. If what I'm doing right now, and this is a huge point, one of the reasons I do this, if the way I act on a live stream is going to get under your skin, what's your fucking plan when the sun micronovas, when the poles shift? You better sack up, get hard, fast. Fast. Not going to be any bitches in the new age, that's for sure. Ian says, hey, now there are no stupid questions, just stupid people. Lots and lots of stupid people. Concurreth. I doth concur. I know I got this. Will persevere always and have always will. Right on, brother. You do it. Dome houses half into the earth, a good solution. I love dome houses. Fantastic. I just want to participate in the Q&A. How often does the galactic sheet pass us in a year? Do you mean the sun's current sheet? Because the galactic current sheet passes us once every 12,000 years. Ralph? The sun's current sheet passes us every 7 to 10 days. But the galactic sheet only passes us once every 12,000 years. It's what triggers the 12,000 year cycle, my friend. David Williams, thank you for the teal pair. I made the plan for a rudimentary smoke shack to smoke whole animals for preservation to be built with hand tools. Got to practice for the solar bowl. Right on, Red. Mad Matter. Thank you. Good to see you. AP1515 says, can you please explain how you know that the crust shifts back and forth instead of continuing to slide down, because you could still have alternating polar tropical at equator poles if it continued in the same direction? That is true, but you couldn't have evidence of the same magnetic pole returning to the same location, which is what they have over and over again. You know, when they look back and they see that the magnetic pole is in those same locations, they can tell if it's the North or the South Pole. And that's one thing. And one of the ways they do that is with cooled lava. Very good question, AP. Josh Field says, good day, sir. First chat I've managed to catch live regarding the study from the AM titled ICME Pancaking. I have a question. Why does everyone ignore the diminishing magnetosphere? It's maddening. I have absolutely no idea, although not everyone. I share papers all the time of people who are clearly up with it and get it, and they need to find a way to get their paper through peer review. So they don't fearmonger. They don't go against the mainstream because they know that that's the death of their career. Looking at earthquakes. Other than our sun, is there another nearby star that should raise our attention? Also 5.2 earthquake in California. Was one of those that one? Oh, yeah. It was in California. In fact, we've had a couple of them here in California here. How about that? The closest star to us is Proxima Centauri. We saw that one go off. The next closest system is Barnard's star. We saw that one go off. There's nothing closer than that. Hope Dallas doesn't drop too far where the water won't drain. I suspect even if it does, everything will be buried. Commercial. Yeah, Jumbo Cat. Dallas is not the place to be. Sorry. When do you foresee the grand solar minimum beginning? Mini ice age before the flip. No beard. Yes, sunglasses. Thank you, Southern Bama. I don't know if the grand solar minimum is going to happen. I have seen, other than, looking at long-term cycles and other things like that, we haven't seen any indication that it's actually coming. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We won't really know much about solar cycle 26, the one that's coming, until we take a look at the polar magnetic fields in the descending phase of this sunspot maximum. So it'll be at least 2 or 3 years before we can start to get an idea of what kind of juice is left in the sun after this solar uptick on the 11-year cycle. Good question, though. Dr. Y, your dad thinks the micronova only happens in white dwarfs and binary systems. How can I get him to take this more seriously with the sun? You can't. I have done tons and tons of videos on exactly this. If you'd like to hunt them down in the old playlist and show them, fine. But that's a do your homework question right there. We have shown that they really don't have any clue what they're talking about at all. What happens to Lake Michigan? All right, dude, get a bowl and fill it all the way to the top with water and then go like this. You tell me what's going to happen to Lake Michigan. Tim Norton, there is no 1,000-mile-per-hour winds. I did an entire video debunking that concept in the playlist, but no, that's not a thing. That is not a thing. Sorry. What did you think of the CNN town hall with Trump last night? I don't watch CNN. What are you talking about? Mm. 25 new repeating FRBs discovered recently. Right on, Suspects Guy. Thank you, Adrian. That's cool. That's right up your alley. Dano, do I have to read this one to myself before I read it out loud? I'm not reading that, Dano. It's funny, though. There is no spoon. Oh, there is no Michigan. That's funny. Your gold tooth is fine, buddy. There's a reason why they plate satellite stuff in gold. It's like the perfect reflector of cosmic radiation. RMO, that's a killer right there. There is no Dana, only Zool. Wow. When's the last time any of you guys heard that? There is no Dana, only Zool. Seriously, how long has it been since you've heard that? There are lots of different fruit trees that grow in southern Colorado. I Googled it to check. Have you planted any yet? If not, please start soon. Great food source with little work. Understand all that stuff, and we're on it. Or Knox. It's not the galactic magnetic wave. It is the galactic current sheet. But as I said in that video, about 700 kilometers per second. PB, did you just where are the safe zones in the United States? Joe Seeker, how you doing? Thank you very much. There are lots of fruit trees in Penrose, Colorado. You are correct. Cyan Shotgun. Remember the purpose of my anger. Feigned. You guys actually think I'm angry at any of the people I smoke in these live chats? You actually think like I'm steaming inside like a little child? I tell you why I do this. There is a purpose. Most of you get it. Do you just come back from a gun show? Yeah, brother. Appreciate that. It was pec day in the gym. My favorite day. Absolutely loved that day. Anybody else love pec day in the gym? It's the absolute best day. Do archery that builds pecs? Maybe it does. Although this motion is a back motion. Look, Ben, both you and Graham Hancock are wrong. It was aliens. Okay, Ian. Muddy, thank you for the teal pair. I needed that desalinization in the moment. I love how it's like 2 days later, we still got people writing Denver sucks in the chat. I love it. Have I mentioned I don't like Denver? Has this ever come up in one of our shows before that I don't like Denver? Whew. Look at Denver sucks in the chat. I love this. Do you have a cardio workout? Do I look like a female? No, I don't have a cardio workout. Sex is a cardio workout. I hate leg day. I feel like a baby deer. Yo, I felt like a baby deer when I started leg day too, man. But bruv, it gets easier. Just stick with the big three. And then squat, deadlift, leg press, and then have a knee flexion movement each day as well, either the leg EXT or the leg curl. One thing I saw you talking about before is the South Atlantic anomaly, but I still don't really understand why it is and what it is, and does it also affect health in people there? Yeah, there's a little bit of an excess cosmic ray situation there. There is probably a little bit of a health impact there. Then again, the climate and the culture there is slightly healthier to begin with, so maybe it's a wash. The South Atlantic anomaly is the weakest part of Earth's magnetic field. That is not under any dispute. But the reason why they say it exists, where it exists, is complete horse crap. It's complete nonsense. They're talking about some complex activity at the core mantle boundary. And not only does it not make sense, and they're still actually trying to model it in a way that works. It's all theory on their part. There's a much simpler answer. Magnetic poles are moving away from that area. Don't forget, they're set to meet in the North Indian Ocean, just south of India in the Bay of Bengal. The opposite side of the world from there is South America. Magnetism drops off at, distance third. And so the further you get away from the actual magnetic point, the more magnetism actually drops. Both magnetic poles are moving away from the South Atlantic anomaly, which is the exact reason why that is the weakest point in the field. It literally couldn't be more kindergarten simple, and I can't believe that NASA level scientists don't get this. It's outrageous. Marty, thank you for the teal pair. Feeling good. Ralph, again, I slapped myself in the hand with a ruler for missing that question in the homework, but learned something about the sun having a sheet and it hitting us every 7 to 10 days. Yeah. The sun's sheet hits us every 7 to 10 days. I hope Toba doesn't go, Matthias. Last time Toba went, the human race almost went extinct. That's the closest humans have come in the last 100,000 years extinct. Paulo, thank you for the teal pair. Love it. Mr. What Halala says, could the Devil's Triangle and Bermuda Triangle, you mean the Dragon's Triangle or the Bermuda Triangle? Because some people call it the Devil's Triangle, some people call it. Anyway, I know what you're asking. And yeah, somebody actually asked that on the last live chat. And yeah, why not? I see that as very possible that those were the last magnetic poles. Es posible. Revolutionary Soldier 86, that's a maybe. Do you still do dairy? Yes, I do unpasteurized A2 milk. I'm a farmer, I know up the way. Unpasteurized A2. Claro. Do any of you bros do cardio? Like for real? And why? Girls do cardio. Deadlift, squat, and cardio. You don't need anything else. I have respect if you've got muscles everywhere, but if for the vast majority of you who are exercising for a specific reason, deadlift, squats, cardio, you don't need anything else. Diminishing returns. Anyway, The closest thing I do to cardio is martial arts. But that's not for the purpose of cardio. It happens to be a cardio thing, kind of like sex is cardio, but I'm not doing it for the purpose of cardio. Do you feel me? Ben, do you have a list of all the scientific papers you report on? You mean the 50,000 or so that we've reported on in the last 12 years? No, I do not have a compiled list of such a thing. Amy, good to see you. Always good to see you. Hello, by the way. Zoe Jane, sexercise. I like that. I don't know why, Colonel Flag, but your comment, I did cardio once. It just like it hit me. The way I heard it in my head, it hit me as being hilarious. Perhaps that's just me. Why is Elon Starlink sending exactly 42,000 satellites into orbit? What's with that number again? I'm not sure that's the exact number. And I think he plans to send up over 100,000 if I'm, but it's like, it's not like an exact number on the thousands, I don't think. Hmm. Yeah, I am wearing a teal shirt. Absolutely. Why not? Thank you, Ralph. You're awesome too. I can't remember the last time we had three of the moderators here at the exact same time. Stormy, Nebulosity, and Adrian are all here. Although I don't think Nebulosity sniped anyone yet. I think it's just been Stormy up there. Getting trigger happy up on the roof there. Marshall, hello. How you doing? A scrub of a watchman. I feel you. I feel you. Ben, do you think? Oh God, it's Dano. Dano. Oh my God, Ryan's in here too. We have 4 moderators. How about that? Da-dow. Ben, do you have a magic wand? You have no idea. Man, I'm getting better at reading this scrolling chat thing, but it is still so hard. Like you put a scientific journal in front of me, I'll speed read that thing. When the words are literally moving, doesn't work so well with the eyes. Chillin', no, you'd need a lot more than that. Hey, Ben, late to the Q&A. Apologies. Thanks for all your work. When the waters recede, what's the first thing you're planning on doing? Suggest we do, apart from damage survival assessment around. A happy dance. You're still here. Take a moment to be thankful. If you watch the waters begin to recede after the disaster, take a moment and appreciate the fact that you survived the cosmic Super Bowl. And then do everything humanly possible not to squander that gift. I do cardio on a treadmill while watching a movie. Really? You know, dung is fun with the porn photo icon. I don't know what I pictured you looking like in real life. I didn't picture somebody on a treadmill while watching a movie for some reason. Need teal shirt with Denver sucks. Watch the playlist. Yeah, Amy, you're kind of right. We might need to make that shirt. Damien Devereaux, will it be safe in a boat? There's going to be trees, rocks, houses, people, all kind of stuff banging around in there. Subcoder, what's up? Stoked for Saturday. Wife made you a small gift. For those who don't know, the San Diego event is on Saturday. Excited for every aspect of it except for the fact that I'm going to have to be in California. Other than that, all the observer events are absolutely fantastic. The next one after that is the Minnesota Prepper Expo. I'll be there on July 1st. How close to you see the water getting to your area? It ain't coming to me. No way. It's not going in the right direction. We're too high up in elevation. It's not happening. 200 miles away from me, maybe. But 200 miles away from me is also about 2,000 feet lower. Does anybody miss when I was like free top G in the chat? Now the dude's out. I don't know what to do with myself. I have that shirt that says free top G. What the hell am I supposed to do with this thing? Does anyone have any books about the disaster cycle? No, I've never heard of any. I don't know anybody who's written any books about the disaster cycle. I've certainly not gone over all of the historical ones in my videos and didn't write 2 books on the disaster cycle. No, that none of those things are real. Kantara Bella, good to see you, and you're very welcome. Thank you for being here. How about Death Valley? I don't think anybody really lives in Death Valley, but if you do, one, it's already below sea level, isn't it? Or pretty low. Not the best place to be with global tsunamis running around. And if by some chance you don't get hit with one, what are you going to drink? There's no water coming to you, like drinkable water. Your wells are all going to break. What's the plan? Somebody just asked me, was that sarcasm? And I have to presume they're talking about my books on the disaster cycle stuff. I have written 2 books on the catastrophe cycle, and I have gone over, or at least mentioned 12 or 13 of them. William Babbitt, thank you for the flying teal pair. I needed to deal with all of this. I don't know, RBT. Your mom likes it. Da-dow. Dear Ben, have you read Aftershock by Brian Forrester? No, I haven't. Oh, here we go. Everybody's like, Ben, what about my area? What about my area? My area. What about my area? My area. Me. I, me, I. Helpful. Auroras again likely visible tonight in UT. It depends on the strength of the impact, which I don't think has happened yet. I will check. Checking. I don't see any impact yet. How do we protect ourselves from the mental and physiological effects of the solar radiation? Lorazepam does not help. No, it does not. In fact, stop taking drugs. Stop drinking if you can. Have a positive mindset. Get as healthy as humanly possible. Have an excellent diet. Yes, we are free humans. We have the ability to indulge in whatever we want. Entry into the next stage of Earth requires sacrifice today, yesterday, tomorrow. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. Nathan says, did you ever hear about methylene blue healing brain cancers possibly? Yes, when I was in medical school and I was working at a oncology center. What? One, no, I've never heard about that. Two, you might as well have asked me in Chinese. I appreciate the contribution, Nathan. It's great to see you here. That's not even close to what I do. I'm not an expert in literally everything in the world. That'd be cool. Is meth okay? Yeah, go for it just in time. Rock on. Fasting. So I have read the papers on fasting destroying cancer, and that's legitimate. And that's not even something that requires a medical degree to understand. Why do tumors grow so quickly? Because they consume more, they consume at a more rapid rate. When you stop consuming food, the tumor cells will starve to death before you do. That's why they grow so fast. That's why they are out of control consuming growing things. Fasting will literally starve them to death. That one I read. The science was simple enough that, yeah, I understood it, but you don't even need to be a scientist to understand that one. It makes sense. Like, you don't need to be a scientist for me to say, all right, based on your knowledge of physics, what happens if I let go of this right now? Is it going to go that way? Is it going to go that way? You know the answer to that. Have been watching your channel for over 10 years. SOOG. What up, Steve? Thank you for your dedication and sharing this information with all of us. When shit goes down, many of us will have survived because of you. I'd like to think that at least one or two of you will survive because of the things you have heard here. That would make me quite pleased. Jonathan Richardson, thank you very much. Right on. Right. I say the don't do drugs thing, and everyone's like, "Oh, now's my time to get on the chat and give away to everybody I smoke weed." I don't know why you guys feel the need to do that. Zach Huff, 1993, says Ben got the yellow plague. I don't know what that is. Do you mean yellow fever? Yeah, how hard is it to find a photo of my wife? They really can't help but out themselves, Shannon. It's true. Weed is not a drug. Weed is legal, bruh. Look at you guys. Guys. I smoked marijuana, not to like dumb stoner levels, but I smoked marijuana on a very regular basis for over a decade. I am well aware of all of the good science about it. I'm well aware of all of those things. And I'm telling you, after having quit, I'm glad I did. I would not trade what I have received afterwards for all of the time spent high. Not a chance in hell. Bro, it's not a drug, bro. Yes, it is. Oh, it's legal, bro. So is alcohol. So are cigarettes. You just hating. No, it's called experience. Captain Jim, thank you for the teal pair. I notice it in my breathing. I notice it in my mental clarity. I notice it in my work here. I notice it at the gym. I notice it in bed. Run your mouth all you want. No. Homer talk. You know what happens when somebody just writes the same thing over and over again in the chat? Stormy's going to snipe you if you do it. As soon as she sees it, she's going to snipe you. Oh, Sky Prepper, I know I can't save everyone. I really like smacking people around sometimes. It's a fantastic way to get the negative energy out. When I have a salty podcast, I feel fantastic afterwards. Like there's not a weight in the world that I can feel on my shoulders. Especially because it's not coming, like I'm getting that energy out, but it's not coming from an actual negative place. If you'll recall why I do that, the purpose for doing that here on these live streams. Thank you, just in time. Kat is a beautiful lady. Bought a vape to try to help quit smoking. Worst mistake I ever made starting that. Yeah, the vapes are hard to quit. Solar flares do trigger seizures. Herbs are nature's healers, not when smoked. Sticking feathers up your butt does not make you a chicken. Rebecca, how you doing, sweetie? Thank you for the teal pair. Suspect Sky on here again. OTC painkillers like Tylenol, some of the worst things. Yeah. A lot of big pharma stuff is just the worst. Thank you, Adrian. Post deluge, do you think we could finally rid ourselves of the Abrahamic religions? Why? Have you ever heard me advocate for such a thing? What makes you think I would want to do such a thing? What you saying? Let me tell you something, William Cook. I was agnostic on my way to atheist, and then I started studying the cosmos and the subatomic. And I started looking in all these different fields of science. And do you know what conclusion I came to? This place, this realm, is not some random agglomeration of collisions and randomness and chaos and gravity over time. No, this place is designed. And I'm better at that kind of research than almost everyone else on this planet. I was like stubbornly agnostic. Like somebody starts talking about religion, someone starts talking about Jesus. I was like, dude, just shut up. Just shut up. I don't want to hear it. You do you. Just shut up. And then I actually applied the reason I was put on this planet to the situation. And I can come to no other conclusion at this juncture. This realm was designed. Susie, hello. I know how to weave 9 different ways to make fabric and clothes. Anyone want to learn how to weave? Anyone want to learn how to weave fabric? Okay. Chillin', that's a good point about hemlock and nightshade. Ooh. Kat also writes amazing books. My grandkids love them. Yeah, Kat's children's books really are fantastic. Kira and Lulu visit the sun. Kira and Lulu visit the planets. And Kira and Lulu and Noah visit the galaxy. Fantastic. Yo, thanks for bringing the truth. I wonder what folk in the dumbs think of your comments. Ugh. If they're actually listening to my comments, that probably not much. Forklift guy, little conceited, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah. Well deserved. Clown. Now, Daniel Parnell, you can't ask your space weather question because you've been sniped by one of my moderators because you run your mouth. It's a shame. It's too bad, really. Heavy. Hope you and the fam doing good. Keep on keeping on. Thank you. Same to you, my friend. When your mind and body are healthy and whole, you don't need anything extra to feel good. That's absolutely true. When I quit, yeah, there was a low, but I've come up to a higher point than I could ever get when I was smoking. Like, yeah, you'd go up when you smoke, then you come back down. At no point did I ever get where I stay stable right now all the time. Sorry. I know nobody who smokes weed wants to hear that. I've taken 10,000 hits off the bowl. I never got to where I am at all times right now. Sorry. Adrian, hope you had fun the last couple of days halfway across the state. Dung is fun. Says when you're fasting for long periods, your body goes into ontology mode. Ontology is recycling cells in your body. They eat weak cells. Absolutely true. You get to hit ketosis. Bunch of other fun situations. It's a funny word, I know, but phagocytosis, really good for you, and your body gets that when you're fasting as well. A lot of good things come with fasting. The solar flares will continue till morale improves. I like that, Southern Bama. Well played. Dano, thank you for the teal pair. Richard Sank, how did you do that, Ben? Do what? Do what? Be more specific. And sadly, I probably won't see any comments you make explaining yourself because the thing's going at 1,000 miles an hour. That's true about quitting. Damn near 40 days with no alcohol. It gets better. Yeah, it gets better all the time. Alcohol was never really my thing. But respect to anybody who's on that path to quitting that. I've heard it's hard. For me, it was simple as, oh, I guess I'm going to stop doing this thing I don't really like doing in the first place. MB Sloop, that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun. All the potheads will be taking bong hits, then look up as the water comes. It's very possible. How is Rocky doing? Hobbling. Hopefully not for too much longer. Just in time, asked 2046. I do not, I mean, that is within my 2030s to 2040s timeline, but I can't get behind Doug Vogt's exact date for this. I can't do it. Especially because I've actually listened to the video where he talks about where he came up with his date. It's like decoding something from the Torah. I can't get behind it. Will you be showcasing your talks from the tour? No. But they will be a regular thing at Observer Ranch when it opens next year. Yes, Ellen, India will be near the North Pole. Annie Gunderson, hello. Thank you for the teal pair. 10,000 likes. You will eat the bugs. You will own nothing and be happy. Is it possible? Like, if I'm making fun of another, like white people from another part of the world, like, does that count as like racism? Like, when I derogatorily do a German accent like that, what is that called? It can't be racism. But what do you actually call that? I don't know. Nor do I actually care. So, are we safe from a Carrington event this solar cycle? I'm not Jesus. I don't have a crystal ball. I do think there's a better than 50-50 chance that we get through this sunspot cycle. The Mayans knew. Think it's a coincidence their calendar was 12,000 year cycles? Nope. Holocron Library Fox says it sounded more like a French accent than a German. The problem is, it didn't sound like a homosexual. So no, it didn't. Boom! Big truck, little RV. You and like dozens of other people pop on here and say like Tamitha Skov or whatever her name is doesn't agree with this. Like, why won't you? Do you know every time you mention her name, it helps her? Do you understand how algorithms work? Do you understand that what will happen when you say her name and people read that and they're like, oh, who's this? And then they look her up and then that further boosts the algorithm. You want somebody to pay for being ignorant or a straight up lying shill? Shut up and watch them disappear. How important is doing DMT to you, Ben? I won't be doing it again. Once upon a time, I had a breakthrough. The other side is interesting. If you could see the things I've seen, you wouldn't try to stop me. Deborah Stewart. Don't get upset, man. Pearls before swine. Deborah, were you listening when I said why I do this? Do I look like I'm unhappy? There is nothing any of you can say that's actually going to get under my skin. But it is important to react in this exact way to these chats for the reasons I have said about 50 times now. Commercial. Aziz, light. Can you please explain if the crust is always pulled down by Greenland? Or, for example, Siberia ever goes down, making the continents end up in different positions than they will this time? Thanks for all you do. What Major White found is that it's just been the same back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for at least the last 6 cycles. Things change in the future? Possibly. William Hooper, I still want to see the thirst trap, though. Oh, our society is so fucked. Anybody who watches any of those folks just because they're good looking, I don't know what to say. Like, could you imagine topics of this importance and you're picking somebody's looks as the reason you watch them? It's a level of stupidity I can't even come close to understanding. Just in time. How does evolution work if the world keeps ending? What do you mean? Just in time. As I have said at least 10 times before, the deadliest magnetic excursion that we know of was Lechamp. Less than 4% of the species went extinct. What are you talking about, world ending? Just in time. I appreciate all the support on this live stream here. Beginning to think you haven't done the homework. Oh, hell, Elon is turning over Twitter to an NBC World Economic Forum exec. Hope he keeps that leash tight. Is he? I don't think he mentioned who his new CEO is going to be. Did he? Did he? My kid will be judging and fighting in a Denver martial arts tournament in July. Is it possible for her to see the ranch if she drives up from Texas? She'd never show up uninvited, unexpected. Send me an email. We can talk about it. Although it's still under construction right now. It's not like going to a museum where you see all finished goods. Thanks for the great info. Keep on keeping on. Thank you, Malachi's Corner. Baby Yoda, what's up? Wasn't last night's storm awesome? I did my best to sleep through it. Who was WEF? Elon? Well, if you're not on Twitter, you wouldn't see him shitting on the World Economic Forum. She does regularly. Just like I used to smoke weed, and now I will tell every single person who smokes weed they're making a mistake. Some of you guys will literally take one thing somebody says or one thing in somebody's past and be like, oh, that person's not worth it. They did this one thing that one time long ago, or they said this one thing among a million other things. What the ever loving is wrong with you? You should not find a single human on this planet that you agree with 100% in terms of everything they've said and everything they've ever done. And then you should look back in your own past and say, wait a minute, have I ever done something or said something I regret? Do I deserve a second chance? Do I deserve to be able to change my path? Do I deserve to be able to change my mind? You know who you are, those of you who do that. When like few things about people annoy me as much as that. Few people annoy me as much as that. Michael, thank you for the salt shaker. James, thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. What's the deal with this new earthquake swarm? Where? What are you talking about? No, not even on the weekends, Queen of Detroit. Sorry. Pre-on, thank you for the teal pair. Helen, thank you for the teal pair. Can you please speak about Betelgeuse explosion? What, you mean the dust production event Micronova it had several years ago? I have plenty on that in the playlist. Nothing else is coming. All right. This is a little suspicious. 4 people ask a question about Betelgeuse in the span of like 30 seconds. Betelgeuse is not going to go supernova, 1. 2, it's way too far away to affect the Earth. Way too far away. Even if it was going to go supernova. Zach Huff, 1993. I'm going to make you look stupid and just 4% of species going extinct is different than 4% of creatures dying. The biosphere in total is going to take an 80 to 90% hit. But only a tiny fraction of the species will be completely extinct. Humans, we're going to make it. We're going to make it. 90 to 95% of us will die in this event. Humanity will go on. Zach Huff. Liz Sapp. Help me deal with these people. I could use a hug right now. Please get an interview with Stu Peters. Y'all would break the internet. I'm serious, for real. I don't know who that is, but I will look them up. Okay. Don't say Beetlejuice 3 times. Okay, Tico. I used to watch the cartoon version when I was a little kid. Carol's Bells. That's a fun name. Thank you. I've been watching and preparing for years, but not since my husband died 3 years ago. Praying you get all finished before the sun explodes. Thank you for the thoughts and my condolences. It's brutal. Hope all is well. Yes, James M. Too far away to be of any significance. Oh. Oh, Zach Huff. See what happens? You got your ego hurt. You tried to lash out, and Stormy sniped you. Bye-bye. It's not my fault you couldn't do the homework. It's not my fault you can't listen. It's not my fault you're stupid. It's yours. That's why I do this. I want to reveal people who can't take a little slap. Better they learn now than when the sun explodes. There is a reason I do things the way I do them here on the live chats. You're welcome. Ian, thanks, buddy. Oh, Nebulosity sniped them? Nebulosity, thank you. Stormy was reloading at that point. Gotta be a tough cookie. Ain't no snowflakes making it through the micronova, that's for sure. Hi, Meg from North Carolina. How are you doing? Caddy Cruz. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. Who knows what the second rule is? Chillin says, wasn't the human race down to like 5K estimated? After the Toba event, they say it could be as few as only 40 reproducing females survived, which I doubt it actually went down that low. But whew, yeah, we've had our numbers bottlenecked before. James, thank you. Appreciate you. Old Soldier, thank you for your daily updates. You're very welcome. I'll keep doing them. Colorado Kid says, Ben, I love the way you tell it like it is. Me too. That's why I do it. It's more fun this way. Lori P. Why do people here think they really have a chance of making it through this? You don't. 1, yes, they do. 2, go yourself. 3, how about because there are many things that all surviving cultures have in common? And I've told everyone here what those are. How about based on the math, the past, and modern observations, we know which way the world is going to turn. Therefore, we know which way the tsunamis are going. I would await your reply, Lori, but I sniped you. So, click, click. Yup. Someone goes limp, yells stop, taps out. The fight is over. Only 2 guys to a fight. 1 fight at a time, fellas. Some people do like slappy time, Dano. No shirt, no shoes. Fights will go on as long as they have to. This is your first night at Fight Club. You have to fight. Colorado will not see a tsunami. I don't know who you're responding to, James M., but correct. Colorado will not take the tsunami. Yes, I would still choose the ranch again. Yeah, I think our sun will look a little different after the micronova, if I had to guess. All right, so you guys done asking actual questions here? If so, I'm going to go play with my children. Maybe we'll let the babysitter go a little early. Since meeting you in San Jose, I quit eating sugar, and it has been the best change in my life ever. Right on, Joe. Good to hear it. Right on. That's awesome. It's discs. Did you just ask me when I believe this is going to happen? When do you believe you will find the time to do your homework? I condensed 90 videos, over 100 hours of information on this into 16 minutes and 45 seconds. There's a link to it below the video. Give me 16 minutes of your time and stop asking some of these questions. Wish you had homework. Just started watching your stuff. Look below the video for the disaster video. Good night, Stormy. Stephen Tillman. Why is it going micronova? Do your homework. All right, I'll tell you what. You guys can't see it, but right here, the salt shaker is out. Stupid questions are like, I'm just going to slap the shit out of you. Here, as much as can be done here on the chat. Such a shame seeing people getting sniped for asking things that have been answered. What can I say? You know, when I was in law school, people got kicked out of class for that. Asking a question that had been answered already in that class, or basically asking a question indicative of them plainly not having done the homework assignment, you would just get kicked out of class. Some things in this world should not be teacher holding your hand like you're in kindergarten. Some of these things, if you want what's at the end road, you're going to earn them, and you're not going to get it by being lazy. End of story. Revolutionary Soldier 86, been a fan of this channel a long time. Thanks for answering my question earlier. I don't think Jupiter and Saturn looking like mini solar systems unto themselves is a coincidence. You are probably right there. They do look like little mini solar systems, don't they? Peace out, T. Cole. Later. Susie Rose Finley, thank you for the teal pair. All right, guys, we're going to call it right there. I will see you guys in the morning for the Daily Show. Impact on Moon possible? Would it matter? No. It's not going to matter at all. But, guys, I'll see you in the morning for the Daily Show. Be safe, everyone.